Good morning. As promised, I'm going to give you a tour of my new craft room, and we built it from scratch. All the pictures are up on the blog. It's Mother's Day today, so I'm enjoying a very nice lazy Sunday morning in this room, which is what it's designed for. So this is it. This is the view when you open the door. I'll give you a quick look around and then I'll show you kind of in detail. There's a desk. I'll try not to make you dizzy while I'm doing it. Okay, so I'll just close the door and I'll show you around. On the back of the door there I've got aprons, bags and a print hanging up there. This room has got 2 skylights, so it's really bright. What else can I show you? Okay, let's start here. These are just 2 paintings that I did around Christmas time. I did them. They're mixed media. They've paper and paint and wax and stamps and goodness knows what else on them. But anyway, they live there. We went to IKEA and furnished the place. So in IKEA I bought these big storage boxes. They're cardboard. There's another painting that hasn't been finished yet. So in this box, this is fabric scraps and wadding and sewing hoop, and I think the foot from my sewing machine is in there. This is the other box, and in here scraps of fabric, patchwork fabric and things waiting to be made into something. This dresser you might recognise from Christmas photographs. My brother made this for me. He made it for going to craft fairs and things, but it works out really nicely as a sewing table. So I've got my sewing machine. I've got this box, which I have to glue the knobs back on because they fell off. But I made this box ages ago, specifically to fit into a room I didn't have yet, but now it's safely in its place. Patchwork material, I love that. This is just scraps, all the little scraps of fabric go in here. This is a pile of seam binding. There's a little bunting flag, bunting stream, I don't quite know what you call that. Got all my rolls of ribbon here. And then up here, this again is IKEA. It's a flower pot. This is full of lace. And then we've got buttons. This jar I keep all the ribbon that's a decent length that doesn't have a roll. This goes in here. This is one of my favourite little scrapbooks. And this is a little wooden cabinet that I decopatched at Claire Looney's class. She runs the Polka Dot Craft Club here in Killarney. So this is what we did at her last class, which was great fun. Yes, and nothing is safe, everything's getting decopatched now. So what else have we got? Oh, this is a metal birdcage. I think it came from Marks and Spencer's, and it's slightly dimensional, so it sticks out from the wall a bit, so that's where all the scraps of ribbon get hung. There's little pegs that came with it, so I clip everything up there. That's really handy because you can see what you've got. It's the window that looks out at the deck with the laundry. You're getting a lovely view of my laundry. I made a blind out of ticking for in here. These are really super simple blinds because they don't use a lot of material, and they just come down like this and go up again, and they're really easy to make. And I just stuck a brooch up there to dolly it up a bit. On the windowsill then I've got one of my favourite little tag books, and what I moved in here actually sorted everything, so I now know where everything is. So this is bling in here and more bling there, and this box is full of brads, and then we've got little jars over here with these have got charms in, and these have got eyelets in, and these have got buttons in and stuff, junk. I got this lamp in IKEA. The tables well, originally one table, a dining table that I cut in half lengthways and painted. So they only have 2 legs each, obviously, and then the back is braced against the wall with wood. There's a Polly Dolly, my cutting mat, which is slightly wider than the table, but it's fine. And my trimmer, and over here I've got another IKEA flower pot full of scissors and rulers, and these are 2 old cans, I think they have baked beans or something in them, that are covered with paper, and this is where I keep all my tools. The chair I robbed from my mum's house. She wasn't using it. It was dark brown and it had a really horrendous seat cover on it, so I used the same ticking that I used for the curtain to recover the window. And this quilt I made last year, so it just sits there looking pretty. I hope I'm not making you too seasick. I'll probably watch this back and have to do it again if it is making you sick. Now, we went to IKEA, as I said, and bought 3 units. This one here, this bookshelf, this one here, and this one matches the set. It has kind of a cupboard. This has a counter that's wider or deeper, and cupboard doors. So we'll go back to this one here. On here I bought the IKEA boxes, as you can see. The tins on top hold acrylic stamps and wire and bits and pieces. And I have all of these labelled, which is exceptionally organised for me. I've got packaging and tape and string and sticks and ideology. There's about 3 things in the ideology box. Flowers, with no label on that. Oh, that's got templates and things that I've made. Templates for things I've made. Wooden stamps and some adhesive things aren't very tidy there, so I'll have to get rid of them. And some more acrylic stamps there. On this little thin shelf I've got tools. So I've got punches and a label making machine, Crocodile, ATG, spare crafting board, a paint scraper, which is extremely useful for some reason. A couple other tools there, tape measure. And then the next shelf I have my paints in this basket. And then just, you know, mediums and glues and gesso and things like that for painting. This shelf, there is alcohol inks and embossing inks and Luminart. Is it called Luminart? Yeah, Luminart. Love those things. They're really jazzy colours. Some inks, distress inks, some stamps. And in this box, this is where I keep all my stickles and embossing powders and things like that. So when I'm working, I pull that out of there, but it stays in there when I'm not, so it's tidy. This basket has got projects in it. Oh, let me show you this. Last Sunday at the CHA release party, I was in a sock with Aideen, and this is what she made for me. Aideen Fallon. Super cute. I must find somewhere to hang it up. Shh, I'm getting crafty is what it says. I like that. Thanks, Aideen. This is just tissue paper and a glue gun. This box contains albums I've received from people in swaps, and this box is full of things waiting to be altered. Frames and boxes and goodness knows what else. And this is the computer desk. That's the chair that I altered, the famous painted chair. This Annie Sloan paint is really cool. It's like chalk paint and you don't have to undercoat it or anything. Computer, and here I just put up a pin board. So it's covered in postcards and photos and stuff in general. Over here, up in these high baskets, this one is full of wool and this one is full of knitting patterns and needles, and this is for card making stuff, and there's my bind it all there. And then the top shelf is full of notebooks and sketchbooks and altered books, journals, things like that. That's my Halloween house. Some novels. I like mostly Marion Keyes and Joanne Harris ones there. Craft books and magazines and more altered books. And then my printer is there. Because I had to take out a shelf to allow the paper to go in, I put the extra shelf there to make that thin shelf for dies. And then at the bottom there are files and scrapbooks and paper and goodness knows what else. But look at this, I'm so impressed with this. I cleaned out my bead boxes. So now I have these actually organised, so I have different colours in each one. I'm extremely proud of that, it took forever. I'm just going to put that back. And now, what have we got here? Just boxes for holding, you know, general tat. I've got some lettering in here and some die cut bits in there. These are all my dies. Don't have a huge amount of dies actually. And these are the Tim Holtz ones that I have. My current favourite being this one, the Sewing Room. Yeah, that's my newest one. Down here we've got paintbrushes and a painting, an altered dress form that I got from Mandy Sheridan's class 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago at the Great Big Craft Extravaganza. This is where my big shop lives. I wanted something that was counter height and not sitting height because I like to stand up when I'm die cutting. It doesn't hurt your back. And then in this cupboard, what have we got in here? In here there are frames and canvases and bits of wood waiting to be painted on. Pastels, soft pastels, water pastels, all sorts of things there. Rings for the binder door. This box I've got photographs. This box I've got things I use for kids' classes. The big box is full of things I bring to craft fairs. And then down here, the ones in the box are kits that are made and left over, so I know what I'm going to do with those. And those 4 bags are full of, one of them contains Christmas paper, the other 3 contain Halloween paper. I really have to stop. Every year I say I'm not buying any more, but you know, they bring out pretty ones. And then this, I used to have upstairs, this drawer system. It's like 13 inches square, so it's really good for papers. So the bottom one has 12 by 12s, 12 by 12s. The top one has 6 by 6, 8 by 8s, and scraps. It's the only one I sorted out, the rest really need to be sorted out. But this morning I just threw this in here. I got this on Sunday from Kate. It's the Pink Paisley London Market and I'm just loving this. Can't wait to find something to do with this. It's just so pretty. And then this box has got like, let me see, what has this box got? It's just got ephemera and trinkets and stuff. Pretty things. A box of pretty things. And then on top of here, this is, if you're coming to next month's Scrap and Yap in Cork, there's a sneak peek for you. We're using that beautiful, beautiful paper. It's a Prima paper, it's the Lyric collection. I just love this. So that's what we're using next month. So there's a sneaky peek for you. And that's all I have to tell you, I think. So welcome to my room. If any of you are in Kerry, you're very welcome to go over, have a cup of tea and come and do some crafting with me. I'm just loving this space. I'm really, 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 really grateful for it. That's it. Any questions? Let me know. Bye.